A penny saved is a penny earned. This channel is all about helping you increase your income and decrease your expenses, ultimately achieve financial freedom. What I'm sharing is based on my own practical experiences that worked for me and my family. I hope you find the information useful that will better your family's life. After high school graduation, my daughter got a summer job. She was able to save up a little over $10,000. She was looking for an investment vehicle to contribute the $10,000 to, so that the money is not just sitting in the bank and losing its value because of the high inflation. We looked around and discovered iSavings bond. She has since purchased $10,000 worth of the iBond, and this episode is all about iBond. So what is it? iBond is a savings bond that's offered by the US government. The interest rate that's offered is comprised of two components, one from a fixed rate. And for the longest time, the fixed rate has been sitting at 0%. The second component comes from an inflation rate. The inflation rate is in sync with the CPI data, which is a consumer pricing index. And what this means is the higher the inflation, the higher the interest rate return iBond would provide to its investors. The interest rate is updated twice per year and announced on May 1st and November 1st. For example, if you purchase an iBond anytime in between May 2021 through October 2021 last year, you would have received an annualized rate of return of 3.54% for the first 6 months. And because you have to keep iBond in its account for at least 1 year, you would have received an annualized rate of return of 7.12% for the second 6 months. I will show you an example of how the interest rate is calculated. So, what are the benefits of iBond? First of all, because it's backed by the US government, iBond has very low risk. It is considered as risk-free investment. You also have benefits of not paying any state taxes for the gains. And if the gains are used for qualified higher education costs, you will also not need to pay any federal tax. Otherwise, the gains will need to pay federal tax. The purchase and redemption process is fairly simple. You can go onto treasurydirect.gov to purchase and redeem iBond. You do need to hold iBond for at least 1 year, which makes iBond fairly liquid, and if you need to use the money after the 1 year, you can redeem it. iBond requires very low contribution minimum. If you have at least $25, you can open up an account and purchase a $25 worth of iBond. And lastly, the interest is also compounded. What are some things to watch out for? First of all, there is a maximum contribution limit, and that is $10,000 per person or entity per year. If you purchase that directly from treasurydirect.gov. For example, if a household of 4 people, a family that has a mom, dad, daughter, and son, you can each purchase $10,000 to a grand total of $40,000 for the entire family. In addition, if you have any tax return refund, you can also use that refund to purchase an additional $5,000 paper iBond. There is a minimum holding period of 1 year, which means you can only cash them out after 1 year. If you cash them before 5 years, you will lose the previous 3 months' interest as penalty. And next, I will show you a real-life example so that you can understand how the return is calculated. This example, we purchased the iBond on April 1st of 2022 for a total amount of $10,000. And let me walk you through how I came up with the $854 gain from the interest payment. So on April 1st, 2022, our starting balance is $10,000. And because we purchased iBond on April 1st, and the interest rate that was provided during that time was 7.12%. And remember, we mentioned iBond interest rate was announced twice per year on May 1st and November 1st. If we purchase the iBond in the window of November through April, that is the interest rate that we will be getting for the first 6 months of owning the iBond. So from April 1st through September 30th, that's the first 6 months after we purchased the iBond, I use our initial balance of $10,000 multiplied by 7.12% and divided by 2 to get to the 6 months interest payment, which equates to $356. And at this moment, our ending balance is $10,356. And then, because we have to keep iBond in the account for at least a year, which means for the next 6 months, I continue to accrue interest. And as of today, we can already forecast for the next 6 months from May 2022 to October 2022, iBond interest rate will be providing 9.62% annualized rate of return based on the CPI data. So what that means to this iBond is from October 1st, 2022 through March 31st, 2023, which is the second 6 months period, we would be gaining $498 in interest payment. And how we got to this number? We use our initial balance, which is $10,356, multiplied by 9.62% interest rate, and divided by 2 to get to the 6 months payment. So together, after 1 year, we have purchased the iBond on April 1st, 2022. Our total gain from the interest payment would be $854. Not too shabby for an investment that has very low risk. Now, you may be very interested to want to purchase iBond. So how do you do that? It's very simple. There are 3 steps for you to purchase iBond. First step, you will need to create an account on treasurydirect.gov. And remember, you will need your social security number, email address, mobile number, state ID, or driver's license in order to create the account. And just a note here, when I applied for the account for my daughter, she didn't have driver's license yet, so we didn't enter any state ID or driver's license number. And because we're missing that information, we will need to fill out the authorization form, which is called FS5444E form, to be filled out and then mail that in order for the account to be set up. And second step, once the account is established, treasurydirect.gov will send you an email with your unique account number. Step number 3, you will then take the unique account number and log into your account and start contributing the amount you would like to invest. Next, I will walk you through the step-by-step process on how to create the account on treasurydirect.gov. You can first type treasurydirect.gov in your URL. It will take you to the front page. Look on the right-hand side. There is a link that will take you to Treasury Direct. Click on the link. In the next page, you have different options to open the account. For this tutorial, we will be walking through how to open an individual account, so click on individual. Then, on the left-hand side, you can click on open an account. And once you get to this page, you can click on go. And from here, there are very simple 3 steps to create the account. And let's click on apply now to start. Okay, since we already selected the individual, that radio button is already checked off, and you can scroll down to submit. All right, now you have completed step number 1. Step number 2 is to enter your personal information. For this tutorial, we're just going to use a fictitious first name as test and last name as test. You can create an account name, test account. This can be anything that you can remember. And then the next field is your social security number. So we're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Date of birth, 01, 01, 1990. You have to be at least 18 years of age in order to create an account. If your birthday is below 18 years of age, it will give you an error message that you're not allowed to create the account until you turn 18. In the contact information, you want to enter your street address. For our purposes, we can put 123 Test Road, and this is going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. A5034. Okay, under the phone section, you need to enter at least 1 phone number. It can be your home number, your work number, or your cell phone number. And for our test purposes, we're going to enter 480-111-2222. And then move down to email address. We're going to say test@gmail.com, and we will re-enter test@gmail.com. All right, now you're going to enter your bank information. I will just put a bank of test. And over here, you will need to enter the bank's routing number, your own account number, whose name is on the account, and whether this is checking or savings account. And once you fill in all of these details, you will need to check the box for certification and make sure you read through the language inside of this box, and then check off the box before you click on the submit button. After you enter all of the account detail information, you will get an opportunity to review what you have entered, and once you confirm everything is accurate, you will submit. And now you have completed step number 2. For step number 3, you have the chance to personalize your account information by selecting an image and a caption. And for me, I just put IBON, the date, and the year I purchased the IBON. and submit. For step number 3, you will need to enter your password, something that you can remember. It needs to be at least 8 characters without spaces, at least 1 letter, 1 number, and 1 special character. Once you select that password, retype it in the below box. And you can also give yourself a hint or a reminder for the password. Then you will move on to the security questions. You only need to select 3 questions to answer. Now
Any
you
three
have
of the
successfully
below that you
created an account with treasurydirect.gov. In your email, you should have received your unique account number. Keep your account number at a safe place. You will need the account number to log into the account and start contributing money to your iBond. And now I'm coming back to treasurydirect.gov front page. On the right hand side, you wanted to click into Treasury Direct link. And the next page, you should be able to click on login. Now you can enter your account number. Since this is your very first time accessing the account, it will ask you for a one-time password. And the one-time password is sent to your email address again. Once you receive the OTP, you can enter it in this field. If you wanted to register your computer, you can click in this checkbox to register your computer. Once you enter the information, you can click on Submit. And so now, once you get through that step, it will ask you to enter the password that you have established. Okay, you should be at your account information, account summary page. We're going to the Buy Direct tab. In the Buy Direct tab, second section has savings bond, which is what we are purchasing. And right now we're doing the Series I for inflation iBond. We wanted to select the radio button Series I and submit. And the next screen will ask you to enter the purchase amount that you wish to purchase. When you set up your account, your bank has already been linked to your Treasury Direct account. So right now, all you need to do is enter the purchase amount. There will be a purchase review. The confirmation page will provide you with the purchase date and the confirmation number. You can save the date and confirmation number for your reference. Okay, that's all the process of how to purchase an iBond from the treasurydirect.gov. I hope you find the information useful. Please support the channel by subscribing and smashing the like button and hit the bell for notification. I will see you soon.